1, 2, 3.
The bigger picture. That is what you Hollywood stands for. Beyond anything else.
Hello, folks. I'm Tommy NC 2010, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the one and only legend, Mr. VIP himself, Mr. Michael Ray Bauer. You may know him from Salute Your Shorts, Lake Panawana, and also Evolution, and a few other projects that he's been working on. How are you doing there, Mr. Bauer?
You're so unimportant to me, I'm texting other people. I'm just kidding. What's up, Tommy? I love you, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's an honor to have such an A-class celebrity in front of me.
Yeah, D, A, B, C, D class, baby.
Oh, dude, no, you're A-class in my mind. Dude, you were on television when I was a kid, and I used to watch that show, Salute Your Shorts, Lake Panawana. Lake Panawana, we hold you in our heart.
And when we sing the song, you're getting it wrong. It's Camp Anawana.
Camp Anawana, we hold you in our heart. And when we think about you, you make us want to fart.
This thing came apart.
Oh, that was your line. That
Yeah.
That is one of the funniest things. I'm like, that's his line. I'm like, that is awesome. You know that?
That was made up. That was made up on the spot. The actual prop kept breaking. Like when we were singing the song, they do close-ups of each person. And when it was my turn, I was supposed to say something like, I hope we never part. But the damn fishing rod kept breaking, literally. Like the prop was all falling apart. So when we were singing it and filming it, I added those lines as an improv, and it worked, and it stayed in the show, and I guess it's history. There you go.
Wow. Now, when you were a part of the show, what was shooting like? Was it like, okay, you have a signed contract deal? Or was it like, okay, we're going to shoot you for this day and this day, you don't know if you're going to have a job the next day? Was it like that, or was it actually a signed contract deal?
Wow, we're going right into Salute Your Shorts. No other, what are you doing, how you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you want me to, I can, because I'm just like, I'm talking to one of the most A-list celebrities here, and I'm just like...
D, A, B, C, D.
Hey,
D.
you and Andy Milonakis are both A-list celebrities in my eyes, okay? You two both...
I love Andy. I love Andy. I worked with Andy in a movie called Dumbbells a couple years ago.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, well, it's full of dumbbells, but yeah, there's a lot of hot girls in there, trust me. It's on DVD. Dumbbells. Look it up on DVD.
Dumbbell.
But yeah, no, okay. I don't mind talking about the Salute Your Shorts. That's what the fans want. That's what the fans get. Because I love the fans most of the time. So your question was, what was it like shooting? How was it? It was, it's like a regular job. You get up every day. You have a call time, they call it. You drive to the set. And, you get your scenes for the day. You go into makeup, you go into school. A lot of us were in school at that time. And it's pretty much like a normal job. I've worked a lot in acting before that. So luckily I had the experience. So it was kind of like a job.
Now, as they say, I'm going to get kind of controversial here.
Drama. Call Keemstar. Drama.
Oh, jeez. Now...
Let's get right into the drama.
Now, as they say in like '90s productions, was there very strict rules about anything involving? I know it was but I know the fact that sometimes kids can't get into drugs in Hollywood. Was there at any point any ever like use of that, or was that very forbidden because it was Nickelodeon?
Okay, well, if you're asking was there drugs being used on our show, I can't guarantee it, but there was a lot of adults and they were having a good time after work. So if that's what you're asking, you guys come to your own conclusions.
Okay, I understand. It's.
But if you mean any of the cast members, like the kids, yeah, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no truth to that. Probably the adults did it when they got off work or whatever, but I don't care. That's not my problem.
Now, okay, here's a question. How many of the original Salute Your Short casts are still alive?
All of them?
All of them? Okay, because, it's interesting because it's like, you've ever heard the group, like, it's the rules of three. You ever heard of that? The rules of three?
Yeah, I'm a truther, so I look into conspiracies and all that other stuff. But yeah, one of the ladies that played Mona, which was a character actor on our show, she did the voice of Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory and the Rugrats. Her name was Christina Kavanaugh, and she passed away last year. But I guess she's an original cast member, but she wasn't on the show all the time. She only did like 2 episodes.
Wow.
But she passed. But everybody else is alive. And the truth is, when famous people die, it seems like 3 of them happen in a row. So yes, I know the rule of 3.
Oh, okay. Now, what current projects are you working on now? Is there any projects that you can release to give us some juicy little details?
Well, as you can see above my head, I have a YouTube play button because I have a football YouTube channel that's, I'm the king at. I'm doing real good on that because I love football.
Me too.
Then I got the championship belt below that. Why? Because you're the champ right now, and I'm coming for you, Tommy. That's the champ. You want that belt, Tommy? You want that belt? You want to be a D-list actor? You got to come and get it, Tommy. And you're getting real close, Tommy, so I'm getting afraid, Tommy. That's why I got on my Jack in a Box hat, because soon it's going to be Tommy in a box. That's right. Donkey Lips wants you, Tommy, to wrestle in the ring, baby. That's right, controversy, baby. Me and you going at it.
You know what, Michael Ray Bauer, Donkey Lips? I challenge you to come to Black Mountain, North Carolina. I'm going to put you through a solid steel table, and I'll spear you, jackhammer you, and then put you down 1 for the count. You understand, Donkey Lips?
Oh, what are you talking about, Tommy? Autism versus autism. That's what I'm talking about.
Excuse me, autism does not define me. You mean class versus no class, you mean?
Oh, well, if that hurts you, I didn't mean it as an insult. But we are doing a wrestling hype-up thing, so I guess I needed to make you mad.
I guess you could possibly sit on me since you weigh so much, but
True.
I honestly could drop kick you and then watch you slowly suffocate as I grab you by your throat and watch you just go.
Oh, I don't know, Tommy, but I'm gonna see your moves. I see your moves, man. You're an awesome character, but I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you too, Donkey Lips. I'm gonna take those lips and I'm gonna tie them up so tightly to their head until they pop.
Yeah, live at WrestleMania 95. What WrestleMania are they on? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
It's probably like 195.
Oh, jeez. But
yes, I love that. Autism does not define you, Tommy. And I told you the other day when I contacted you, I think you're an amazing man. I love your spirit, and I love what you're doing, and don't let nobody get you down. But when we're doing a wrestling battle, I guess it's called no holds barred. Anything goes. But I love you, brother. Believe that.
Believe in that. Yeah, that's the Shield talk. That's you probably don't know who the Shield is, do you?
No, I haven't watched wrestling, to be quite honest with you, or really got into it since maybe The last main character was probably around the time The Rock or Dwayne Johnson did it a lot, like every Monday or whatever. But I haven't really got into it after that. I'm kind of a 1980s classic, wrestling, like the Hitman, George the Animal Steel. I can't think of all their names right now, but that's when I used to love it. And they would only do like WrestleMania once a year. It wasn't an event every month. I don't know. It was like once a year only. There was like WrestleMania, there was Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam, maybe.
Something interesting, man? I was talking to my friend Hamza today, and I was like, dude, guess who I got an interview with? He's like, who? You remember Salute Your Shorts? He's like, yeah, I remember that show. I'm like, I'm interviewing Michael Ray Bauer. And he's like, Donkey Lips? You're interviewing Donkey Lips?
I feel the same way. I'm like, Hamza? I'm going to meet Hamza? I'm just kidding. Hamza, I don't know. I think I've seen you in one video. I got to watch more. I got to watch more of your videos, Tommy. There's too much content on YouTube. Seriously. Too much.
Funny thing about you, Michael, was I actually watched one of your movies during a blizzard. It was a snowstorm here, and it hit us so hard. I was stuck at Hamza's house, and I was watching Evolution, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm watching this guy, and I actually know somebody that knows you, and I'm like, it was crazy because I was watching that movie that night, and I was like, I know that. It's a couple years later down the road, I'd actually get to meet you, and I think it's like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at the guy from Evolution. I think this is amazing. I can't believe that I'm actually getting this honor to interview such an A-list celebrity like you, sir.
Thank you. That's how I felt when I basically found out I was gonna be in the movie. Like, I just couldn't believe it because it was Ivan Reitman, and I'm a movie fan. Whether I'm the best actor or not, that's neither here nor there. But I'm an Ivan Reitman, and I am a movies fan. I'm talking Ghostbusters, Stripes, Animal House. He helped with. He brought up Todd Phillips, who made The Hangover, who made Road Trip. Like, Ivan Reitman directed Evolution, and when I found out I was gonna be in that movie, like, man, I thought I was a superstar. Plus, that was the first movie that DreamWorks, that just started, the studio called DreamWorks, pumped $100 million into. That was supposed to be their next Ghostbusters or their next, alien film, or their best alien film. And they put $100 million. It was their second movie they made. So Spielberg and all that, like, I don't know, man. I was working with Spielberg, basically, Ivan Reitman, and I felt like you. I felt like an A-list, man. So one of the best moments in my life.
Now, when it came to meeting the guy from X-Files, what was that like? Was he a jerk, or is he actually a nice guy?
You're talking about David.
Yeah, David. Wow, you call him by his first name, don't you?
Look, all actors in Hollywood that need work call other actors by their first name. We're going to drop a lot of things called names. That's what actors do. But yeah, David Duchovny, I worked in X-Files, man. Previous to Evolution, I got a part on the X-Files, and that's where I met David. And we had an issue on the set of the X-Files. Basically, David Duchovny was suing the producers of the X-Files for money because they sold the show to TNT. And so David was in a legal battle at the time. Then I got a part on the show, and I'm a big nerd fanboy, whatever you want to call it. So I told the producers, look, can I bring my camera and can I film some behind the scenes stuff and all that? And they said, yeah, no problem. But they said, keep it to yourself unless somebody else gives you permission. So I was walking with the camera, filming my trailer, and then I started walking outside and I started filming the other trailers, and I'm like, oh, this is my trailer. This is where I'm going to get dressed for my character. Then I walked by the makeup trailer. They had the door open, and David Duchovny was getting makeup done, and there's a mirror in the trailer. So when I walked by it, the door's open, and you could see the mirror and David Duchovny in the chair. So my camera walked by, and old cameras always had a little light on it, so you know they're filming. But David Duchovny did not like that, called security, and they ended up escorting me off the set. Then I said, I'm starring in this episode. Please don't kick me out. They're like, who are you? What are you doing here? I'm like, please call Chris Carter. Again, dropped another name. But he's the producer and the creator of X-Files. And then they called him or got a hold of him. Then he goes, yes, Michael Bauer's starring in this episode. What's going on? And then he confronted me. He goes, what happened? I said, I was filming the trailer, and I think I accidentally got David Duchovny in it. And he's like, oh, you can't film David. I go, I didn't know I did. It's my apologies. And then he saw the footage on the camera, and he goes, oh, that's bullshit. And then he goes, Michael, go ahead and film. You have my permission, but no more of David or anybody, because they were fighting. They were suing each other at the time. So then the last funny part to this story is a while after that, I worked with David on that show. We didn't really talk much. Then a little while after that, I booked Evolution, and we had a screen, they call it a script read-through, a screen thing where you go and read the script and they film you. And then David's like, he met me again, and we were in a bathroom. He goes, oh, hey, what's up? I go, yeah. And he didn't know why I was in the bathroom. Then we sat at the table, and they introduced the cast members. And then he's like, oh, Michael Bauer's playing Danny Donald. And then he knew that I was in the movie with him. So it was kind of an awkward situation, but that's a funny little story that you got.
Wow, that's definitely interesting. The guy from that, he almost got you kicked off of your own paid gig. That would have if he actually got you kicked off and you weren't able to get that director, you could have actually built a rivalry against him, honestly. But it's good that you didn't get kicked off the set. I've been involved in Hollywood a few times, with some stuff behind the scenes, and with going out to California and stuff like that, and Tosh.
Have you been out here? Oh, you did Tosh. Okay.
Yeah, I went. I met Sean. I met Sean. This is before I knew that Sean knew you. And if I had said, Sean, do me a favor, get your buddy Michael Ray Bauer on the phone, tell him to get down here, we're gonna meet. But you know what? I was even fanboying. I'm gonna be honest with the audience here. Something I've never told the audience. I was actually more excited to meet Cool Duder than I was going to be meeting Daniel Tosh. Honestly, I was actually more stoked. I was scared that I was not going to get to see Cool Duder or Sean.
I would be too. I don't care. Tosh .0 or whatever. I don't care. I would actually be more excited about hanging out with Sean as well, or Brendan, but yeah.
And I think that it's interesting that you have done so much in your life, Mike. I think that with what folks, I want to say, when you see somebody like Mike, you can go so far with just planting a seed. You see, Mike didn't just sit around and do nothing. Mike got up, he got himself an agent, and he went out there and did stuff for himself. He made a profession, and he never stopped. And look where he is today. That's
what you're doing too, buddy. Don't sell yourself short. You're doing the same exact thing.
And that's what I said. I don't have to be in California. I'm here in Hollywood. Making videos, and providing entertainment. If Hollywood ever calls me up and says, hey, Tommy, we want you to come back, we want to have a show with you or something like that, I'll gladly say, hey, okay, here's the deal. My home is YouTube. You're not going to cut me off. That's the deal. That if they
I would rather watch a Tommy talk show than, honestly, Eric Andre show that I see on Comedy Central or whatever channel that is. Adult Swim. I'd rather watch Tommy talks than the Eric Andre show. It's not funny to me. I like your character and who you are 100% better than some of those damn shows. So come to Hollywood, brother. Hollywood needs you.
Yeah. Of course, it's so expensive to live there, but you want to know the trick, Tommy? I'm gonna teach you a trick.
what you do is if you don't have a lot of money and you want to live in Hollywood and maybe try to make a career or whatever, because it's so expensive, I understand that. You rent a storage unit. They have an electrical outlet and you rent a storage unit. Sometimes it's, $100 a month, or the first month is $1, whatever their little gimmicks are. But you live in a storage unit. That's what you do. You have a cot and a bed in there. And then at night, when the storage unit facility closes at like 9 or 10, you show up, you go in there, and you sleep. Then you wake up at 7, 8 in the morning, and then you disappear. You sleep there, and then you get up every day and do your work. I'll be honest with you. I've known a couple of people that have done that strategy for like almost a year of their life. They went to work during the day, and they slept in the storage unit and saved money. And then they were able to get an apartment and a career. Wow. I'm just saying, it's one of those tricks, brother.
Jeez, that's insane, dude. That that's like one of the most.
That's passion. It's passion.
Now, have you done that, Mike?
No. I mean, I've been close to being homeless, at times in my life, and it's only been my father, my brother, and me. My mother, she left at an early age, but like I said, when I was young, I was blessed to start making a little bit of money at a young age. And then I started, and I'll be honest, I started paying the bills at the house. I basically took on, the responsibility of all that. Because my father is very elderly. So he had me at such an old age that, he wasn't working at the time, and he's blind now from glaucoma and cataracts. So when I was able to start making actual money, I kind of took on the responsibility of being the father, because my mother was gone. My father was unhealthy and going through his turmoil. So I became the man of the house. And I'll be honest, I'll say I'll have an ego. That's why I have a good head on my shoulders, because I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like to be rich, and I know what it's like to have a job, and I know what it's like to not have a job. So I'm a great person. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm glad I learned a lot in life. I'm glad it happened this way. I wouldn't have it any other way, brother, because I'm real AF. I'm real as fuck. All right, let's go. Come on, questions, Tommy. Let's go.
Do this. God, like my mind is trying to scrupulate itself together. Now,
should have wrote it down, Tommy. You get it? If you know you're going to interview me, for 2 days, you write down all the interesting questions or the dramatic questions.
Now, when you were on Evolution, was there any particular funny moments it happened on set? Was there any interesting things that went down that we don't know about that unfolded?
Yes, and I was just talking about this I'm going to drop another name, so please forgive me, guys, but that's what actors do, because we try to feel famous from other people. But I'm me and Orlando Jones again. He was in Evolution. He played Ira Kane.
Yeah, he played the scientist. You pick it up. What do you mean, pick it up? Why is it always the black man that's got to pick it up?
So there we go. So in today's world, everything is racial. But in the show, we were going into the cave where the gorilla, the animals were kind of...
the animals that the aliens had spawned off the meteorite. And
Yeah, sorry, I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No
but they were evolving into like gorillas and monkeys and all that. Blue monkeys they were like. So there's a scene in the movie where we go into the cave and then we see the blue monkeys and everything catches on fire and we run out of there. But they actually did us, me and Ethan Suplee, the other, at the time he was a lot fatter, but him, were breaking into the cave. And then Orlando Jones, the black character, says to David Duchovny's character, leave him. You guys, none of you dig. I got this. And then he tells the two fat brothers, me and Ethan, come here. He goes, all right, y'all are going to do what I tell you. You're my slaves. You got this? We're like, yeah. Because in the movie, you see us like always listening to whatever David Duchovny says or whatever. It's a funny joke.
Yeah, you guys play the Stooges in the movie, because I noticed that.
Correct.
You guys play the Stooges, and you're kind of not the smartest kids. You're barely getting by in school, and you're just trying to do whatever you can at what grade you guys could pick up. I watched the movie. It's been a while since I watched the movie, but I pretty much know the basis. that you guys are pretty much the alien hunters, and you guys are following David Duchovny, and you're in the storyline, and you're trying.
So back to that, trying to make it short and sweet, but it's hard to. I love talking, and I love telling stories.
No problem. That's what Tommy Talks is all about. This is a talk show. Don't think you have to cut through anything. This is a talk show, and if you feel like you have to go on a story, you let it go, and we'll just, the audience and me will sit back and just listen to your awesome story.
That's what I mean. That's what's subscribe, support. I love it. Okay, back to the story. So his character comes up to us. You guys are gonna do what I tell you. We're like, okay. He goes, dig that hole for my people. Dig that hole for my people. So we start digging, and he's like, put some back into it. Come on, put some back into it. I'll whip you. Like, he starts saying that. He doesn't have a whip or anything. And then he says, sing it for the homeland. and then all of a sudden, me and Ethan start singing, here's the sound of the man working on the chain. Gang. He's back. It's while we're digging. It's the sound of a man. So basically, the black people were forcing the fat white guys to build the hole or open the hole, or they'd get whipped, and they were working on the chain gang. So it was a whole reversal of racism.
So the director said, no. They probably said cut and said, we're not going to have racism in this movie.
No, they loved it. They filmed it. They let it go for like 5 minutes. It was hilarious. David Duchovny and Juliana Moore, dropping names again, but they were in the movie. They were just cracking up on the side. But me and Ethan, we're professional comedians, actors. We just go along with it. We just keep going until they say cut. So they finally said cut, and the whole crew and everybody was laughing. But of course, it's not going to make it in the movie. But damn it, I wish it would have, because to me, that was like such a funny moment.
Wow, that is truly awesome, dude. Like little moments like that in your career, just like makes you cherish the work and working in Hollywood, and it's just you bust your butt to do what you can to provide entertainment, and that's truly amazing, dude. It's just like that's awesome, dude. That's funny and hilarious at the same time.
Yeah, man. I wish footage like that would sometimes come out, but it never will. Plus, the movie didn't do so well in the box office. It kind of tanked.
I know. I mean. I found it a while back ago. I don't know where I found it exactly. I know I found it at like
the bargain bin. In the bargain bin.
Maybe the Walmart $5 bin, maybe.
It's all right. I still probably get a nickel, brother. So keep buying it. Keep doing it.
Yeah, keep buying copies of Evolution, so Michael Ray Bauer can get a nickel in his pocket.
I don't know how much I get, but every few months I get probably a $300 check from it. So. It's probably a nickel. I don't know.
Well, yeah, of course you would like to see what's his face gets. Mr. X-File. You wonder how much he gets for his checks. Of course.
Well, they're probably 3 times whatever I got, because I would maybe let's say 5 times. So he probably gets a quarter. Who knows?
Now, I don't know if I think I said this. Now, is there any current projects that you're working on now that I don't know if I know I asked that probably in the beginning, but I don't know if we got into that. We were kind of like going back and forth between Salute Your Shorts and then also Evolution. But is there any current projects that you're working on now, Mr. Bauer?
Yeah, I'm actually very proud to finally announce there's a big movie that I just finished, and people are already waiting in line for it. There's a lot of people in line in California already waiting for this movie. It's called Unemployment. It's a very big movie called Unemployment.
Is that sarcasm?
Wow, you picked up on that. No, but the project I'm working on is my life, brother. If you want to know the truth, I've kind of hit a rough spot the past couple years with health, with family, with whatever, and I'm just building out of it, man. I'm psyching myself up like a wrestler, like we were kind of trying to entice each other. And I've been working on YouTube for a little while, and I'm kind of enjoying this. But yes, I'm going back to acting or auditioning. Let's not call it acting, because you're not an actor until you really have a job. But I'm going to go back to auditioning, and then I have acting classes. I start next month again. So, maybe some jobs will come, maybe they won't. I don't know, man. I don't know what the future has in store. All I know is I've been blessed at what I've done. I'm proud as hell. Now I'm doing YouTube, and I just enjoy my life, man, whatever I do.
No problem, Mike. The celebrities have that moment where they have their highlight, they have their moment, and I'm not saying anything about you, but other celebrities have this moment where they spiral out and they crash and they burn, and some celebrities just don't come back from it. A lot of celebrities that, like, for instance, everybody knows the classic story of Chris Farley. How he built up his career, and that drugs got involved in what happened with him, and how he spiraled out and he got really overweight, and he overdosed on cocaine. And a lot of actors sometimes can't recover from this because the mental state of people in Hollywood, folks, you don't understand. One thing about Hollywood is it has its good sides and it has its dark sides to it. And drugs are a big part of this universe in Hollywood. And the thing is, if you do get involved in Hollywood, just because you're making millions on millions of dollars and you can get yourself a good paying gig doesn't mean you're invisible, okay? The thing is, you should stay drug-free. Yeah, this is my drug-free message. Stay drug-free. Don't do the hard stuff. And that you should just stay away from it. Stay positive and make that money, save it up, and you build yourself a good founding career like what Mr. Ballard has done here in the past with all sorts of unique jobs that he's done. He's gotten so many experiences in his life that he may have fallen on a rough patch, but he still has those moments. He still has those little tidbits. Enjoy every moment, folks, that you have to live, because Mr. Ballard does that. He lives by every thread of a moment and lives life to the fullest, because I can see in his eyes, I can see in his soul, folks. And Mr. Michael Ray Ballard is Donkey Lips, and the fact is that he will always be Donkey Lips in our hearts and our minds.
Let me just cut you off there. Again, I'm just gonna let everybody know this. It's getting kind of deep, Tommy. I don't know if you've ever went this deep on your shows. I feel it's getting real deep, which is really good, because now the truth of who you are and who I am come out. So I love this. But look, actors or people that want to be on stage, they normally want the attention because they're unstable. Something in their life is unstable. It's a little bit different. And so that's why drugs and all that are easy to get into, because we're already unstable. We're looking to be famous. We're looking for this. We're looking for that. I fortunately grew up with my brother having those drug issues and stuff, to where I watched him almost kill himself, and I never wanted to be a part of it. So thank goodness for that. I guess my drug of choice is food, because I'm a fat AF person. But
no.
But other than that, I'm just saying, like, very unstable. Actors for the most part are very unstable. And Hollywood, again, you might have a highlight early on in your life when you're young, and it might not ever come again. And some people can't accept that. You're so famous, you got so much money, you're paying your bills, you're going out to clubs, people want your autograph, your picture, you're starring on Growing Pains or The Wonder Years, one of the biggest TV shows at the time, and then all of a sudden you can't get no work. Nobody wants your face anymore because you have pimples, or you're an adult, or you have a lisp, or whatever the situation is, but they can't accept it, so then they turn to drugs to feed their ego or whatever. It's a very scary world. But and I hate people that call me a has-been. Like, I'm I'm going to take off the S and add a VE because I'm a have been. I have been in movies. I have been on TV shows. I have been with checks in my pocket. I have been meeting fans, giving autographs. I'm not a has-been at all. So all you motherfuckers out there that are full of hatred in your heart, you can kiss my motherfucking ass. I'm a have-been. What are you, troll? Bam! That's real.
Wow, that's beautiful. That it may have been rough, folks, but you know that's Michael Ray Bowers.
Yeah, sorry about my cursing. When I get animated, man, that's what I do.
Let me say something here real quickly, Mr. Boward.
I'm a fighter. We're fighters, Tommy, me and you.
Everybody fights with demons. Everybody fights with their haters. And even though Mr. Boward, and I can see Mr. Boward has gotten a very
Call me Mike. Michael, you're my friend. I love the respect, but you're my friend. Call me Michael.
Michael, sorry. I'm very respectful because, you know, you're older than me. So I'm just like...
If I was younger,
I'm 26, actually.
Whew. Yeah, I'm not quite double that, but, you know.
Yeah. You know, Mike has struggled. All of us struggle with trolls. All of us struggle with demons, and you know we struggle with this argument with ourselves. Can we be good enough? And Mike has done that. I have been in moments where I wanted to bury my head into a pillow and just scream because I wasn't big enough here on YouTube, and I was just doing everything I could to provide entertainment, releasing videos on the same day, 10 videos in one day, just trying to get enough views, just to get by, and just wanting to be that household name that everybody knew. And me and Mike are similar because we want the piece of the cake. We want the show. We want to stand on Broadway and say, "Hi, this is me. This is my show." We want the spotlight. We want to fill your hearts with inspiration. We want to launch into certitude and give you something that you've never seen before. Because as an entertainer, and the best thing to do is, folks, to do this, you know what you have to do, folks? I'm pointing at you right now, folks. You know what you have to do? You have to get a YouTube account. You have to get yourself a camera. And you have to work every single day just to get where you are today. Just to get what you want. You have to work for it. It's never going to fall on your feet, folks. Nothing ever fell on my feet. You understand that? Nothing ever fell on my feet. I went out for that interview for MTV's Made. I made a video that Daniel Tosh saw, and he had me fly out to California. I worked for every bit of things I've been on with television. You understand that? Everything I've ever done, I've worked for. So that the fact that people say that things just fell into my lap, I worked for every blasted thing that I did today, and I can prove that the fact that I bought myself a vacuum cleaner with the check that when I worked with Daniel Tosh.
Let's go! Get that vacuum cleaner!
But yes, I've worked for everything I've done for this channel. I've had people help me out. I've had people that stabbed me in the back and left me in utter ruins, but I kept going. I've had people that wanted to help me out, but they thought it was for the best of me, and they thought that I wasn't any good because of my disability, and they could use me for things. Me and Mike have had the similar situation.
Tommy is hulking up.
But yeah, I just feel like before I lose it, I should just be. I don't want to have a drama alert moment and then have. Let's get raw. Tommy NC 2010 loses on celebrity Michael Ray Bauer.
No, I love it. But like I said, look, at the end of the day, I'm just like you. When I first heard of you, we talked about this a little bit the other day, so let's talk about it now. But, you know, you were interested in interviewing me. And I was kind of starting to, like, maybe vlog on my YouTube channel and whatnot. But, you know, I heard about it, and I was like, man, I learned about the drama with the Leafy and all that other stuff, and I didn't want to be a part of it. So I kind of stayed away from you, Tommy. Not out of disrespect. It was like I didn't know if I emotionally was ready for all that hatred. Because right around that time, I had like a ton of online hatred, and I didn't deal with it very well. I literally Because I've never experienced that. People are like, oh, you're a star. You're going to get hatred. You should know how to deal with it. I didn't. Like, let me be honest with you. I'm not a fucking star. Like, I am to some people, but I'm not. In Hollywood, if you were here, I'm nothing. I got more famous people that live down the street. Demi Lovato's like my neighbor. Those are fucking stars. I'm like the fat character actor that pops up in movies every once in a while. But like, I got hatred where people critiqued my family, the photos, the way I talk, my YouTube videos, everything. And then some people did a show about it, like a radio show, a podcast, and 5 hours of making fun of me live to the world. They put me on Reddit. They make memes about me. And I saw all of it. And it just crushed me, but I'm happy it happened, because you need to get crushed to find out who you are. Then I rose up, just like Tommy was doing right now. He was hulking up. He's hulking up. He's like, nah, I'm the shit. I worked, whether these people believe it or not. You hulk yourself up and you get over it. So I'm pretty much over it. I don't care anymore, but I fight back. That's all I'm going to say. If it ever gets personal with my family, or it risks the security and safety of my family, my loved ones, or my life, then I get involved. But now, for the most part, I just troll them back. Troll them back. They make fun of you. If you're bored and you want to do something, make fun of them and then block them. That's it. That's it.
Mike, I actually made up a song the other day. It's called "I'm the Champion." It's a rap song I made up.
We rapping now. Let's go.
Okay, it goes like this. I'm the champion. I've gone through everything. I'm the champion. I'm the man of the hour. Worked for every single day. Uploaded every video that I've ever did. I'm the champion. You don't mess with me. I'm the champion. I go through the troll comments like no tomorrow. It may rest on me, but I keep on rising to the top. I'm the champion, because if you mess with me, I'm gonna put you to the ground. I'm the champion because I'm Mr. Funktaculous. Came from nothing, came from something, now I'm something today. But I've had people rise me to the top. I've worked with every single thing. I've been stabbed in the back. I've been done everything. I've been called every single name with my disability. I've been called a retard. I've been told to kill myself, but I kept on going. I kept rising to the top. I may have been pushed down by a leafy, but I got back up with the tears in my eyes, but pushed it away. The community came around me and they lifted me up, and I came to the stars, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a champion. You can't mess with me. I'm a champion. Give it to my man, Mr. Michael Ray Bauer. Take it away, Mr. Bauer. Give him your story.
I just say, anybody that knows musical equipment, put a beat to that shit. Let's make it popular. Put it on Reddit. Let's go. I am a champion. I am a champion. Everybody don't know what's up, but I am a champion. His name is Tommy, NC10. Let's begin. What are you? You's a champion. He sat at home, didn't know what to do, grabbed a microphone, went on YouTube too, made some videos, had some fun. Little by little, he was 1-on-1. Now he's 1-on-10, not 1-on-10 grand. He's on 1 on almost 100 grand. Subscribers, I say, you're getting a little paid, so you deserve it. And this is Mikey Ray saying, hey, 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 I love you, Tom May.
Wow.
Bang! I'm a poet and didn't know it.
Mike, you know what I was talking about is like, me and you should make a rap song. And for Funktaculous, I put on my rap page, Funktaculous at ReverbNation.com. It's called I'm the Champion, and we're talking about each one of our stories, but you rap it out. And the thing is, if you did a lyric of your whole story and everything and rapped it out, that why you're the champion and why you rose to the top, we could put that together and make it one whole song and then mix it up. We all alike. We all look into the eyes of our people. we coming through our problems. We have everything. We know people that's come and gone every single day. And you look into my eyes and you walk away and you walk away. And you know my problems. You know my chains. I just want to be different. People saw that, called me a freak. They called me every book and name in the book. But you know what? I rose to the top. I may have wiped the tears. I may have wiped the crimes. I may have had to struggle with every single day in my mind, fighting the tears, fighting the oppression of humanity.
I love it, but give me your top 5 rappers right now. I know who your influences are, and I just want you to tell the world, who are your top 5 rappers?
Actually none. Will Smith.
Come on, is that a joke?
And Weird Al Yankovic.
Okay, if they're in your top 5, I would say I agree. But there's a couple other artists that I think you try to rap like or be like, and they're big influences, and I was hoping you would say them.
I have a hard time saying, like who is exactly my favorite rapper. Who are exactly my favorite rappers. I think a little bit is ECP or ICP maybe. They're kind of rough and gritty. But interesting, something turned out. They're actually a Christian band, and no one ever realizes that. They're actually Christians, and they say, listen to all our songs. They're very religious, and no one realizes it. And
are you into Tupac? I was thinking Eminem, and I was thinking a lot of Biggie.
I've never listened to Biggie.
Bro, you need to put on an album. You need to maybe have your beer. I think you like beer. You need to have beer, put on some Biggie, and just listen to the lyrics of his early albums like Ready to Die or whatever. I'm telling you.
I did watch the movie with Hamza about the rise of the rap group that back in the day, F the Police,
NWA, yes.
I watched the movie NWA, and I looked into the background of everything about those guys and where they came from, and cruising in the my 6'4", jacking those hoes, and my I kind of say that if you listen to Funktaculous, it's free spoken word. Hamza actually. Well, I should probably say that if you want to interview me so I can show you my story, and, because this show is all about you, Mike. And the thing is that I want to say that a fan of mine contacted me and said, hey, Michael Ray Bauer wants to talk to you. And I'm like, wait a minute. Can I just say my side of it, how I felt, Mike? About the whole thing, what happened?
It's Tommy Talks, baby. Okay. So talk, Tommy.
So basically what happened, folks, is I'm friends with Cool Duder. I'm friends with Brendan. And I see Brendan and Sean hanging out with Michael Ray Bauer. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, they hang out with Michael Ray Bauer. How awesome is that? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to see how I can find him. And I located him. I'm not going to say how I located him. But I'm just like, I found him. And I sent him a comment. And I kind of got I kind of got a little bit snubbed, but at the same time, I was going through
I snubbed Tommy NC 2010. I did it.
But, at that moment, I really kind of said to myself, wow, I'm at that point, I was just like, yeah, I'm Tommy. I'm just like, I only have 500 subs, so I'm not really good enough to interview Michael Ray Bauer.
Oh, stop it, Tommy. No, sometimes no disrespect. At that time, I really didn't know what was going on, and you know how many offers I get? Oh, will you be on my talk show? Will you be on my podcast? Will you come to my convention? Will you send me your address so I can send you this story? You know how much, I'm not saying I get a lot, like hundreds of thousands, but I get a lot of that, Tommy. And I don't know how to separate one person from the next. And then sometimes you do kind of contact somebody like that, and they turn on you. They do it just to get information. That's why I said I had some hatred on me. I allowed somebody into my personal life, kinda. Then they took over. Then they exposed everything about my family, on the internet. And they made a radio show about me. And boy, that's scary, man. So I don't know who to trust anymore.
Me too. I've had situations where people come into my life, and they have tried to say things about me, and they've tried hurting me in my real life, and I've had situations like this, and it took me a while to recover from it, and then realizing that this person had effect on what I was doing, and so I've gone through the same things, Mike.
So, long story short, I feel bad that you still think that you were snubbed, because you weren't. You were just not noticed at the moment. But people, if you really believe in somebody, or you really want to try to communicate with them,
do it.
Keep
messaging them. Keep
correct,
DMing
but
them.
don't become stalkery. Don't become like a stalker. Send them a story, and like on their birthday, then send them a, hey, happy birthday. I'm the one with the story of this. Or 2 months later, hey, how you been? I saw your latest video. I really loved it. It made me smile. And then they read these things, and then they're like, dude, this person is very kind. They don't overwhelm me. They don't scare me. They're not requesting things from me right off the bat. And then eventually, go out and work. If you have a podcast, try to make it a little bit popular. Try to go get other guests, and then eventually that person will be like, dude, his podcast is coming up. He's really working at it. He's trying to be a real professional video maker or podcaster. Even if you got 1,000 subscribers, if you look as professional as you can be and you're doing work, we will notice it. And then D-list celebrities like me will probably come on your show. You might not get an A-lister, but you'll get us because we respect the fact that you're kind, you're really working your ass off to make something out of yourself, and we will see that, and we will come on most of the time and do our best. So that's what you've been doing, Tommy. You've been working your ass off. You've been trying to better yourself, been making videos, and I've seen it. And that's why I'm proud to be here at this moment. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Don't worry.
And the more reformatted, I wouldn't want you to be like, now I think about it, I wouldn't want you ever to be on the old format of Tommy Talks, really. I had nothing to say against the old format of my show, but it was really hectic back in the day, and I do have a lot of people.
You were learning. Now you've learned programs and you've learned things, and you're doing that much better.
And I want to say to the people that did, I want to say this I've had rough falling outs, but the thing is, to the people that did help, it did help, Tommy Talks, at Build Tommy Talks, I say thank you for everything you did and everything you offered, and other people that may have tried to do me wrong, but I say thank you to the people that did help me out. And the name Tommy Talks was actually formed because of my friend Alex. Alex and Malu and Drew, the original crew members that I had a falling out with in Boston. And I still talk with them sometimes. I have conversations with them. But they were the ones that came up with the idea for Tommy Talks. They said, Tommy, you need to have a talk show. You need to have something that you could connect with people. You can't just make YouTube videos. You should have like a platform that you could sit on. Honestly, if I could, folks, I would have Michael Ray Bauer sitting here on my couch with me and doing this interview. If I had the proper preparation, we'd figure out.
Cost too much money. Cost too much damn money to fly nowadays. It's like $2,000 every way.
Yeah, but if I had the money and if I had the time, I'd fly Mr. Bauer down here.
Plus, I'm bitch, Tommy. If you wanted to fly me out there, look, man, you got to bring me and a security guard. I'm going to call her my girlfriend, but whatever. And, you got to pay for my meals. You got to give me a hotel. And you got to drive me around, give me an Uber every day. Look, that's how big of a D-list celebrity I am.
No problem. If I had the money, I would do that.
I know you would, but people always tell me, "Hey, come down to my convention, or come down to do this or do that." And I'm like, man, I ain't got no money. I'm like, you gonna fly me out there? Okay, how much? Then I'm like, I'm worried about my security because I don't want to go alone. I don't know you, so you need to fly security. Oh, I don't know if I got the money for that. And I'm like, what about my room and board? Where am I gonna sleep? Oh, you can sleep in my house. I don't know who the fuck you are. I ain't sleeping in your house alone. So you get me a hotel. Then they're like, you're an asshole. You don't You want too much money? You want me to fly you out there? Man, hey, that's life, motherfucker.
By
But
the way,
if
have you ever watched McJuggerNugget since you've been involved here with YouTube?
I know who he is. He's the guy that does the where he breaks his Xboxes or in his backyard, or his dad does something, right?
That reminded me because he did a little fake storyline with Boogie 293. That guy.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did the storyline.
Oh yeah, yeah, where he was in the attic. I watched that one. I remember that from Boogie.
Yeah, and Boogie and from Jesse's side of it, Boogie actually gets creepy, and he walks into Jesse's room and he's like, "This is Boogie 293. Hello, internet. Jesse, can I sleep with you?" And he's like all naked, but he has his boxers on, and he wants to.
I remember that. That's funny.
I had to skip that part because I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cringy. I can't watch it."
Yeah. You know, it's all for entertainment value and views, and to make an extra dollar on YouTube here or there. That's what it's about. But these people are good people. Like you learn who the people are, and I think Boogie's a good dude. I like him. I think he's really real. God, I should do a list of my favorite YouTubers. I started watching FushiTube just because I know he's a vlogger, and I wanted to vlog. I wanted to learn how to vlog. So I like that dude, but he sometimes there's people, they want to be famous too much, and they want to be rich too much, so they're willing to do anything. But they got a good heart. They deserve it, but they want it too much. And I hope you never get there. I know you want it, Tommy. I feel it in your bones. But because you say a lot of the times, like, I work to get my way big on YouTube and all that. But now you are big. You're amazing. Yeah, it'd be awesome to have 1 million subscribers, Tommy, and you deserve it. But don't get me wrong. If you can accept that you got 100,000 right now, and you're cool with that, let's say for the rest of your life, then you can start making videos from your heart again, as opposed to it being a job. You get it to get subscribers. So I don't want to be famous. I enjoy the limelight. I enjoy it. And every time it happens, yes, I'm going to live up to it. If somebody comes up to me, "Hey, aren't you Michael Bauer? Oh my God, I loved you." I'm going to go, "Yeah, yes, I am." "Oh, you want an autograph? Okay. Oh, I got to go though. I got to go. Because, there's more important people." It's a game. It's a fucking game. Doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means I'm proud of that moment. But I don't really care if it ever happens again. Because you know what I mean? I'm okay with where I am. But I'm always going to strive to make good content. And I want to make movies, and I want to be a better actor than just a funny actor. So I'm hoping I can somehow make good vlogs, or inspire people, or maybe make a TV show or a web series, or become a director. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm always going to do it with my heart.
Mike, when I was hearing you say that, I've had similar situations, and it really chokes me up just for somebody to care about me, and for somebody to walk up to me and say, "Tommy NC 2010, and I've had that happen to me multiple times in my small town. I'll be just vlogging, or I'm just hanging out, just being myself, and then all of a sudden somebody says, "Tommy NC 2010, oh my gosh!" And then
it's awesome, and then I'm sure you smile and love it because you deserve it.
Yeah, and I, honestly, I want to get to know that fan, and I say, "You want a picture or autograph?" And they're like, "Sure, we would love a picture and autograph." I get that moment, and then my heart just is beating 1,000 miles per hour, and honestly, I've met a few fans that I've made friends with, and I'm proud to say I'm good friends with them. And there's some pictures over here from an artist. Her name is Deb A. And then there's an artist that lives in Tennessee. It's behind this lamp. It's the Food Dude Review Crew. And I've made friends with both of these two artists that have made me pictures. I've had people make me tons of pictures that just choke me up and just say, "Oh my gosh, they took their time to make something about my life." And it just really chokes me up sometimes because I've had a lot happen to me in the past year. And
you're a star now, baby. You better live it up, baby. We gonna have to give you the spotlight every day. Hey, Tommy, look here. Pose for a picture, Tommy. You're on the red carpet. Pose for a picture. That's how it is, man. It's annoying. It's a game. But yet we always go home alone. You know, hey, Michael, you're famous. You're starring in a movie. That's right. Yeah. Then I'm always a home alone in bed watching Family Guy. That's the real Michael Bauer. You know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't let the game get to you. Don't believe the game. Play the game, but don't believe it, dog. Don't not believe it. And if you can make money on YouTube, which hopefully you are, you deserve it, but make money on YouTube, man. Write clickbait titles if you have to. You know, like whatever brings in the extra couple dollars for somebody that deserves it. That's my opinion, because I'm doing that on my vlogs. I'm putting clickbait titles. People are saying, oh, you're deceiving your viewers when you write stuff like, you know, homeless or blowjobs or whatever. I'm like, but I talked about it in my vlog, so why not use it as a title?
I made a video where people got mad at me because I said, oh, there's a homeless guy. He's so happy. He's underneath the bridge. He's happy to be alive. But there was no one underneath there. And I was just being general about it. And then everybody got mad at me because I was like saying I thought the homeless person was happy, but there was no homeless person underneath that bridge. If you say certain things, people are going to throw it out of proportion all the time. People are going to try to attack you. People are going to be jealous. People are going to be like angry because you know, you were doing something wrong and, you know, they knew better. They shouldn't have done it, but they did it anyway just to entertain other people. And then they got hurt. They were just like, they hold on to this anger inside them. And they say they're not angry, but they are angry inside because
I'm going to unsubscribe. I'm unsubscribing, Tommy. You pissed me off. There was no homeless guy. Unsubscribe.
No, don't unsubscribe. Subscribe, folks.
No, I need you so bad. Get the fuck out.
Here, folks, I want to say this. I care about my fans. I don't care about my sub count. I care about you guys, the individual fans. I don't care about how big my number is. I care about...
Well, wait. If your rent is $1,000 a month for food, rent, everything, I care about you enough to $1,000. Then after $1,000, everybody else talks shit. Get the fuck out. you get it. As long as you pay your bills, then you can get real with people. Hey, I'm sorry, man. That's life, man. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if there is no homeless person under there, you probably shouldn't say it. But again, if you talk about a blowjob or sex or one of those controversial topics in your thing, hey, make a clickbait title. Because look, people would call this like trickery, or they think it's rude. But look, I love entertaining. I want to entertain, but I'm not gonna do it for free. So people on my channel, oh man, you're so real, you're so awesome. Or some people, you're so fake and you're only doing this for money or whatever. Look, I'm doing it because I love it. And now that I learned you can make a little bit of money, you're goddamn right I'm doing it for some money. So I'm going to make some clickbait titles, because here's the trick. In order to bring the people in when you're not as popular as some of the 10 million people or PewDiePies or whoever, I know they made it, but, you know, they've been doing it since 2008. Right now, if you start a channel in 2015, 16, whatever, we're in 17 now, excuse me. You see how off I am? But if you try to start a channel and get subscribers, you're probably not going to get it without some controversy, without some clickbait titles, or some bullshit like that. So you have to do, I guess they call it the drama, the media, the branding. You have to do all of that shit in the beginning of the channel. Then people start finding you, and then some people are going to like you. But be in all your videos, like I said, regardless if it's a clickbait title or not, be real. Don't fake things, but be real. You know, but bring them in with highlights, with, you know, your drama stories or whatever it is. but be real in it. And then again, people will see the fake from the real. Then you'll maybe have 10,000 subscribers, 20,000, 30,000. And then the only way those people found you was from your clickbait. But now they're proud that they found your clickbait because they learned to love you. And now they feel like you're their friend and they feel like they're a part of your life. So that's a good thing to come from a bad thing, from drama. So that's why, in a way, that Leafy situation, I know it hurts you, and I'm not saying that was good for you, but it was good for you, Tommy, because you've grown so much as a man beyond that. And you got new fans. Yeah, you got a lot more hatred, but you got a lot of real good fans, too, that found you because of Leafy. So you just got to say thank you, Leafy. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. You know what I mean? You got to get rid of that hate.
I've honestly wanted to sit down with him and have a conversation with him, but Leafy's so scared to talk to me, honestly.
Well, he's going through his stuff too, like it backlashed on him, like whatever, it turned around on him.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm more than a man than Leafy is, and I'm a gentleman, and I try to do what I can, and I want to actually sit down and have a conversation with him, but he's too afraid to sit down and have a conversation with me. I want to have a real conversation, and I just want to talk with him, and that's all. But apparently, everybody thinks I want to fight him, and I want to punch him in the face, and I'm like, no, I just want to sit down and have a conversation with him. That's all. But people are like, oh, you need to have a reason to talk to him, Tommy. I've had millions of people say, you have to have a reason to talk to him. You have to have a reason. I'm like, you mean we're human beings and we can have a conversation? You mean?
Just in my opinion, bro, just forgive him and move on.
I guess that's what I have to do, is because if he's not going to come off his pedestal, his high pedestal, I just have to be like, all right. I tip my hat to you, Leafy. Have a great day, and goodbye. Hashtag no chin.
I know, but that's the evil side of YouTube. You know what I mean? That's the evil side, like the content cop and all that. Man, I hate all that stuff. But look, if it happened to me, I'm going to cherish all the views. Because you know what? Now that I'm monetizing and making a couple dollars, or I've learned how to, go ahead. If you guys want to pay me to watch my shit, go and make fun of me, go ahead. if that's what floats your boat. It will hurt me because just like you, inside my heart, I want to love everybody. But you cannot. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. I want to. I wish everybody was cool. And when I see them, they had no problems with me. But I want to, but you can't do it, bro. You can't do it. You can't make everybody happy, bro. Mm-hmm. Make yourself happy. That's all you can do.
Folks, before we end the show here, I just want to say, check out Michael Ray Bauer's channel. He does sports. He does all sorts of things on his channel. He's an awesome guy. He's an A-class celebrity in my heart and everybody else's heart. And in Hamza's heart, you are an A-class celebrity. You'll always be Donkey Lips to us, and you'll always be a part of evolution. You always will be the big guy that we look up to.
But do me a favor. Whenever anybody meets me in real life, if you don't know my real name, Google it. But don't call me Donkey Lips, because that's not who I am. And especially if I become your friend, you better not call me Donkey Lips.
I'm not going to call you that, dude.
I'm just saying. And I don't know if you'll have a link, but since I'm going to promote myself, I ain't going to lie. I'm going to use your lovely channel to get hopefully a few new friends. Let's go. YouTube.com/HeyBauer. There you go.
Oh, don't worry. You send me a link to your YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description below, okay?
I know you will, brother. I appreciate it. But more importantly, I appreciate getting to know you as a man. And just realizing you got a creative heart, bro. Like, you really want to direct. Like I said, you're kind of like me. Like, you don't, whether you want to direct, whether you want to write, whether you want to perform, you're a creator, man. That's who you are. So keep creating, bro. And if YouTube and all this shit can pay you for all that shit, keep doing it, bro. Don't ever let nobody tell you what not to do, brother. You're a creator. Keep creating. Subscribe. Support. I love this dude.
Mike, do me a favor. Would you mind chanting with me for a second?
All right. Depends on what we chanting.
It's you Hollywood. It's part of you Hollywood. It's the spectrum.
Because I didn't want to do that PewDiePie thing where I say like kill the Jews or something like that.
No,
I don't want to do that. That's some controversy right now.
No. Okay. On the count of 3, we're gonna start chanting it. And okay, 1.
What are we saying? Real quick. I'm an actor, so I gotta get my lines right. What are we saying? What are we doing?
You Hollywood. You Hollywood. That's what we're saying, basically.
Oh, that's it. All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3. You Hollywood.
You Hollywood.
You Hollywood. You Hollywood. You Hollywood. You Hollywood. You Hollywood. You Hollywood.
You Hollywood.
Thank you so much, folks. This has been Michael Ray Bauer here on the Tommy Talk Show, one of the most electrifying shows here on YouTube. And also, folks, I just want to remind you also, please check out the link in the description below for Mr. Bauer's channel, Mike's channel also. And also, please go check out the GoFundMe to help me get back to Playlist Live, $5 and $10. And also, another thing, for the other people, the old school Tommy heads, if you know what I'm talking about, if you come on the live stream on Sunday and donate $5, I will crush a can on camera. I will crush per $5 donation. I will crush a can on camera, and that's $5 a can donation. Okay?
Donate.
So if you can't come donate, and I want to get back to Playlist Live, it'd be awesome. Get back to Playlist Live to meet all the awesome YouTubers. And maybe Michael Ray Bauer might be at Playlist Live. It's in Florida. I don't know. Maybe he might come down. I don't know. We'll see. But we're trying to raise money, and thank you so much.